today's my last day right here in the United States.
I'm actually sad to say this, but today was my last day in America.
So I'm feeling very sad because it is our last night in Texas tonight.
Something is happening across America right now. In airports, on planes, in hotel rooms on the last night. Europeans who came to
All right, so it appears. I almost forgot the microphone. Y'all can see it's been a minute since I've done these. It appears that a lot of people are leaving America. It's their last couple days. The World Cup has concluded, and a lot of people are ready to get out. Some of them are crying, whether it's for the cameras, whether it's genuine. There's people who don't want to leave. They come to enjoy it. So today we're going to be looking at some people who say, I wish I was born here, or I wish I didn't have to leave, or I want to stay, these type of things. By the way, I'm back, y'all. Had a minor mishap with Air Canada. Ended up losing a lot of stuff, but we're back better than ever. Let's go ahead and get into the video, shall we? No more questions.
So cheap, it's like $8 for 3 things. Because we were leaving, we had to do a quick Walmart haul. We picked up a load of stuff, and then we started our long 3-hour drive down to LA. We did stop in Palm Springs on the way because we wanted to see what it was like. It was way too hot, like 32 degrees, so we didn't stay that long. After like 3 more hours of driving, we made it back to LA. We had to obviously end our trip with our last In-N-Out burgers. We took them all the way through security, and that was a mistake because by the time we got through security, they were really cold. The flight was delayed like an hour as well. Luckily, this was a night flight, so I slept basically throughout the whole flight. And like 10 hours later, we were in the UK.
Europe had everything waiting for them at home. The flights were booked. The suitcases were packed. And yet, something was pulling them back.
So I'm feeling very sad because it is our last night in Texas tonight. We are in a motel. I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone in this great state. The hospitality from everyone from the start to finish. The hotel staff, the hospitality staff, the Uber drivers, taxi drivers, the people day to day, all of the people online, in all the comments, all the likes, all the well wishes. We have loved our time in Texas. We are looking forward to Louisiana as well, but Texas, you have my heart and I have loved it. Thank you so, so much.
Texas, you have my heart.
It's very respectful. It's always good to hear someone when they got the positive feedback about their experience. You know, sometimes the honest or negative feedback, it's always welcome as well, but it's good that they had that positive experience. It's funny that people think of In-N-Out Burger as like the staple of like the burger place. For those who don't know, In-N-Out Burger is usually only on the West Coast, right? So if you're in New York, Midwest, Florida, something like that, don't expect to see In-N-Out Burger like that. Now I do know they are building the biggest one in Las Vegas, Nevada, where I'm currently located, but generally speaking, that's more of a West Coast burger. I took one of my homies who's from the UK to try it, and he thought it was horrible. We did the animal style. We did the normal style. He was like, man, he's like, what is this? You know, he's expecting more. For me personally, I think it's okay. There's definitely some better burger locations. I just had one of the best burgers I had in the top 10. I'll say one of the top 10 burgers. And they made their own in-house jam. The name of the place, it was like a mom and pop place, but it was dope, yo. Very, very, very dope. But what's everyone been up to? It's been a minute since I've been uploaded. I apologize, with everything going on in my life. It's kind of harder to get into the flow, but like I said, I'm back and I'm ready.
The best part of the first answer. Because it was not just the food. It was everything about the way America does abundance.
Okay, you haven't had the full American experience until you try the Walmart. Look, we're gonna find some interesting stuff today. I'm excited. What?
Ragu's interesting. Ragu?
Why is it so big? Like, it has everything huge. Like, this is insane. That looks good, though. That looks very good. But like, this side is Is it not crazy? I love it. This is so insane. Like, you can feel like an entire city with this ground beef. It's Oh, this is
Yeah.
paradise
in the
right here.
US. Here are things, in my opinion, that Americans take for granted, but are now rediscovering because of Freddie, the German tourist, and other Europeans who are coming to the US and bringing them to light. Number one, air conditioning. Now, I bought this air conditioning unit because I understand the benefits, and the cost outweighs the miserable days where in the UK, when we get a
no
heat wave
AC.
like we are this week, it's going to be hitting about 37, 38 degrees Celsius in certain parts, which is pushing 90 to 100 Fahrenheit for you Americans. But there's air conditioning literally everywhere in the US. Granted, there are some older buildings that do not have air conditioning, some houses, I understand that, but the majority of commercial buildings have air conditioning. Another favourite of mine is the sheer size of the roads. I miss my pickup truck that I had. Couldn't bring it back to the UK purely because it wouldn't work on most single lane country roads here, in Wales in particular. But you literally do not have an issue with roads in the US. Any size vehicle, spatial awareness goes out the windows because you don't need to worry about it. Happy days. Number 3, massive grocery stores. Now, personally, I think some British stores are actually better than the US, but the sheer size of them, like the amount of square footage that BJ's, for example, or Safeway or Walmart, super Walmarts cover is absolutely mental. They are like indoor shopping centers over here in the UK. And they can range from your budgets right the way up to the premiums, and they literally have everything that you could ever need.
AC everywhere. Roads wide enough for any.
For anyone who didn't catch it earlier in the video, there's a gentleman who mentioned 32 degrees. I do want to say, obviously, there's a difference between Celsius and Fahrenheit. And in Europe versus the States, they use a different measuring system. Just wanted to clarify that. Now, on to the grocery store situation. This gentleman is talking about how the grocery stores or in supermarkets are a lot larger. He mentions BJ's, which I don't even remember seeing that. Maybe it's something down south, but he also mentioned Costco and a few others. It makes me wonder, like, are they really not that big in Europe, right? Because I remember in Canada seeing the largest Walmart I have ever seen. It had escalators. Like, you had to take escalators because it was multiple levels. And I just thought that was interesting because I'd never seen that inside of Walmart, you know. But it makes me wonder, like, hey, maybe in Europe they really don't have these type of big markets, right? I just came back from Asia, and you know, my last couple trips have been to Asia, you know, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia. Maybe I've been so accustomed to seeing, you know, what they have in Asia and what they have in North America that I forgot how it is in Europe. Because it's one of those things that I kind of didn't pay attention to, right? But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, when I was in Spain, when I was in Turkey, when I was in Germany, I don't remember seeing a super big grocery store or market, but I feel like there has to be, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I recently found out that IKEA came from Sweden. So I'm like, if they got these super big furniture stores, why in the entirety of Europe do they not have the super large groceries? It only makes sense, right? So it seems something hard to believe, but hey, if that's a fact, it is what it is, right? I'm going to pay attention to that next time I'm in Europe. By the way, I am overdue for a Europe trip. Shout out to Saigon T asking me to come to Vietnam. But I was telling him, like, hey, I'm overdue for a Europe trip. It's been a while. I haven't been to Europe in a couple of years. So that's why a lot of this I kind of have a hard time remembering. But definitely want to go back. For sure, for sure. Peace.